Hello, everybody. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. Welcome to Liberty Speaking TV. My name is Wingabiye Jean de Dieu from Rwanda. I've come here to teach you English. And today's topic is Reported Speech 1. We will look at some statements about reported speech. Let's get started.
Liberty Speaking, the best field of study. We're going to look at reported speech 1. We're gonna go through some statements. As you can look at this picture, these people are conversing. If they're conversing, they're sharing some of the reported speech. Do you know how to report what somebody else said? Look at these examples to see how we can tell. Do you know how to report what somebody else said? Look at these examples to see how we can tell someone what another person said. Now, direct speech. I love the Toy Story films, she said. Indirect speech. She said she loved the Toy Story films. Direct speech. Now, the direct speech is one person who said this. And when he's gonna report this, it is called indirect speech. Let's continue. Direct speech, I worked as a waiter before becoming a chef, he said. Indirect speech is, he said he'd worked as a waiter before becoming a chef. Direct speech here is, I'll phone you tomorrow, he said. But indirect speech is, he said he'd phone me the next day. Now, part 1 is somehow over. So we are going to look at some exercises. Dear students, I hope you are following well. Try this exercise to test your grammar. This is Grammar Test 1. Read explanation to learn more. Grammar explanation. Reported speech is when we tell someone what another person said. To do this, we can use direct speech or indirect speech. Direct speech. I work in a bank, said Daniel. Indirect speech. Daniel said that he worked in a bank. Indirect speech, we often use a tense which is further back in the past. Example, worked, than the tense originally used. Example, work. This is called backshift. We also may need to change other words that were used, for example, pronouns. Let's go to the next lesson. Present tense, present continuous, and present perfect. When we backshift, present simple changes to past simple. Present continuous changes to past continuous, and present perfect changes to past perfect. Look at these sentences. I travel a lot in my job is in present simple. So, in reported speech, you can say, Jamila said that she traveled a lot in her job. Traveled is simple past. The baby is sleeping. This is also in simple present. In reported speech, you can say, he told me the baby was sleeping. The next, I've hurt my leg. She said she'd hurt her leg. Let's continue. Past simple and past continuous. When we backshift, past simple usually changes to past perfect. Simple and past continuous usually changes to past perfect continuous. Now, in this sentence, we lived in China for 5 years is simple past or past simple. So, in indirect speech, you say, she told me that they'd lived in China for 5 years. They'd lived is past perfect. That D is the short form of had. When we speak English, we shorten the auxiliary verbs. That D is auxiliary verb have in simple past. It was raining all day. Now was raining is past continuous. So the reported speech is going to be changed into past perfect continuous. He told me it had been raining all day. Had been raining is past perfect continuous. To make reported speech, you should consider all these. Let's go to past perfect. Do you remember last time I taught you all the tenses? For those people who have learned this lesson as the first time, it is gonna be difficult for them to understand because I previously taught people verb tenses. If you have not yet learned verb tenses, this is gonna be difficult for you. Past perfect is an action that happened before another in past. So the past perfect doesn't change here. If you report something, somebody, or what somebody said using past perfect, you never change. I tried everything without success, but this new medicine is a great. I repeat, I tried everything without success, but this new medicine is great. He said he tried everything without success, but the new medicine was great. Now you can see a difference. Now, what does backshift mean? Here in this lesson, no backshift. When there's no backshift, if what the speaker has said is still true or relevant, it's not always necessary to change the tense. This might happen when the speaker has used a present tense. For example, I go to the gym next to your house. Now, I want to report this. Jenny told me that she goes to the gym next to my house. I'm thinking about going with her. Now, this is free. This is possible. You are free to say this when you report. What somebody says usually happens. This might happen when the speaker has used a present tense. It is also possible. Another one here is, I'm working in Italy for the next 6 months. He told me he's working in Italy for the next 6 months. Maybe I should visit him. The next one is, I've broken my arm. I've broken my arm is present perfect. She said she's broken her arm, so she won't be at home. I repeat, she said she's broken her arm, so she won't be at work this week. Now, let us look at how pronouns, demonstratives, and adverbs of time and place change. Let's begin by pronouns. Pronouns also usually change in indirect speech. Look at the sentences. I enjoy working in my garden, said Bob. Look at that I. That I is subject pronoun. In the sentence whereby we use reported speech, that I is going to change. Look at how we changed it. Bob said that he enjoyed working in his garden. So I becomes he. We played tennis for our school, said Alina. Alina told me that they'd played tennis. I repeat, Alina told me they'd played tennis for their school. As you can see, the subject pronoun we becomes they, and our becomes their. All those are pronouns. However, if you are the person or one of the people who spoke, then the pronouns don't change. I'm working on my thesis, I said. This is me. I'm working on my thesis becomes I told her that I was working on my thesis. We want our jobs back, we said. We said that we wanted our jobs back. We also change demonstrative and adverbs of time and place if they are no longer accurate. This is my house. He said this was his house. You are currently in front of the house. When you are in front of the house that was pointed out, you can use this way. This is my house. You are pointing out the house. Secondly, he said that was his house. So you use this sentence when you are not currently in front of the house. You see the difference? We like it here. She told me they like it here. If you are currently in the place they like, you can say, she told me they like it here. You are now there. She told me they like it there. If I say, she told me they like it there, it means you are not in the place they like. So, you see the difference? I'm planning to do it today. She told me she is planning to do it today. This is currently still the same day. When you are in the same day, you can say this. But how about that one? She told me she was planning to do it that day. It is not the same day anymore. The day is over. So when the day is over, you can say the second sentence. But when you are still in the day, you can say the first one. In the same way, these changes to those. This is the plural of this. Of possessive pronoun these, or possessive adjective these. These changes to those. Now changes to then. Yesterday changes to the day before. Tomorrow changes to the next or following day. And ago changes to before.
Thanks for watching. That was your English teacher, Jean de Dieu Wigabe from Rwanda. If this was your first time on this channel, don't forget to tap subscribe button so as to get access to other lessons in the future. And don't forget to share with your friends. And as well, like our channel. Goodbye for now. Until next time.
Liberty Speaking, the best field of study.